Okay, so we've pulled out the fridge today and unfortunately ripped up some of the flooring. So I don't actually know what we're going to do now. We're hoping that we can either stick these couple of bits back, because it's clearly got the old lino underneath, which is a bit crap. But it's absolutely filthy behind here. And look, they clearly painted the kitchen and just painted around the fridge. Which is just, things like that just really irritate me. It was clearly grey before, and then they've painted it this weird like peachy cream colour, and we are just going to be painting it white because we just have, well, we've got 10 litres of white, so why not use it. So that's gone. The doors are off. I dropped them down to my dad. He's been spraying them for us just to get a better finish than hand painting, and when we collect these we'll swap for the drawers and the doors down at the bottom, which we're hoping to, we bought the green paint. We do have a few appliances out just because I was making gammon yesterday, so I've got the slow cooker out and I've moved the hot chocolate stuff there because we've been using the microwave, and I've just put the laundry stuff there because obviously the fridge is out. So I think what I'm going to do today is just clear all of the sides, because what are we having for dinner tonight? Well, we're having steak, so we're going to cook that on the oven, so I can probably clear most of the sides off. The only things I'm really going to keep in here are the utensils and the knives, just so that they're on hand, and just take them out and put them on the shelf outside whenever we're not using them. But I'm going to clear all the cupboards and put it all on the table, I think, so that I can just start sanding down some of this trim, because obviously this is going to be have to be sanded down before it's painted. So I think that is my next plan. Okay, so I can't actually remember the last bit of footage that I filmed, but Matt and I have just been staring at the wall in our kitchen, and we know there's an empty space behind here, and we were going to start painting and then thought, what's the point? So we've just got some technical advice from my dad, and we are currently dismantling the cupboards. So we're going to keep them. We're going to keep the cupboards because although they're a bit manky, there's nothing structurally wrong with them. And we're currently taking them all down, which is what we're doing on a Sunday afternoon randomly. And then we're going to knock out this wall, which is going to be super fun. But I do need to be careful because we haven't actually cooked dinner. So I've got my gammon roasting and some vegetables there. So yeah, this is what we are doing at the moment. And I will try and keep you updated. But to be honest, I'm just too excited because I'm demolishing a kitchen. It's too much fun. Okay, so the top cupboards have now been taken down. And then our conservatory is currently looking like our kitchen's graveyard because we're having to just put everything out there, unfortunately. And our fridge is still in our front room. So I'm now cutting the silicone off around the edge of the worktop to take the worktop off and then to remove these bottom cupboards. So that's our next job. Here it goes. Moment of truth. So I didn't think this kitchen could be more disgusting. But look at this dirt under here. Like, I don't actually think they cleaned this floor when they laid this lino on top. That is absolutely rank. So I'm just going around. I've just cut a strip of lino off. We'd actually torn the lino when we moved the fridge, which was a complete accident. But now that we're moving this back, there isn't enough flooring anyway. So I've just cut around the edge here just so that I can cut all of this silicone off. And then once I've removed the silicone, I've taken the countertop off. It's just hanging out in the hall at the minute because it was a bit too heavy for me to take all the way down to the back doors. But then once I've cut the silicone off, I can take the kickboards off, and then I've dismantled the cupboards from each other. I can take this cupboard out, and then I can take the bigger cupboard out, and then we can see the absolute horror that is down the side of the oven. I am not looking forward to that bit. This is taking so long, and if you're just wondering how I'm cutting the silicone off, I do have a Stanley blade that I'm cutting along most of it, and I've got this fun little tool that used to be my granddad's. My dad's given this to me. He's actually given me the Stanley as well. And then with this one, so you cut the worst of it off with the Stanley blade, and then this you kind of shunt along backwards and forwards like this, and it cuts away at the silicone. But it's taken a very long time. Oh, what a satisfying piece to pull off. This is incredibly satisfying. Have you ever done something like this and got so excited if you can make it all the way to the end? Oh yeah, we did, because that's where I'd cut it to. Amazing. I wonder if I can cut this bit up a little bit. Let's give it a go. Whoop. It's so nasty. Oh no, now I'm just cutting the floor, to be honest. Cutting the lino. But that's alright. because it's all going in the bin anyway. So I'm almost finished cutting this off, and I'm super excited to get this out because I kind of just want these floors up now. I didn't mind this lino, it's not too bad. It was a little bit grimy. That one underneath is absolutely rank. So I really just want to cut it up and just go back down to the chipboard flooring now. I feel like I need to record this moment because I'm going to just cut a massive line down this lino. In fact, I'm just going to cut a square out of this lino. There's lino underneath. I'm just going to cut a square out of this lino. There's floor tiles underneath. There are so many different floors. I feel like we can probably keep the floor tiles and lay above. I'm not sure. Once this comes out, I'll know why there's so many different floors. So I thought this floor was floor tiles. It is not. It is more lino. I know this because it's bubbling here. There is more bloody lino. Oh, I can't get to this one. Who lays 3 linos down? Come on, people. This is quite honestly one of the most disgusting sights. I mean, I don't care about the dust and things. It's that amount of dirt and grease and just absolutely disgusting. So that's going to need a proper clean. But now's the time. It's time. Do I get the first hit?
Well, you want to whack it?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Pass me a hammer, Matthew. Thanks. Hold this. I don't want to see me. I just want to see the wall. Are you ready?
No.
How hard do I hit it? I'm a little bit frightened.
Just whack it. Our neighbours are going to think, what the hell is going on?
Let's pause that a minute and cover up all our food. So, we now know we have to knock down 2 plasterboard walls. There's one here and then the return. And then we will find the other one, the other side. So this is going to take a lot of smashing. So I don't think we'll do all of this tonight. It's Matt's turn. Matt's got the hammer. Go on.
Can I whack it?
Go and whack it. Alright. Do you know what we need?
What?
Crowbar. We need a crowbar. Right, I'm going to pause. So we have started demolishing. So you can see we're taking off the front wall, and then we've got the wall, the other plasterboard wall here that we'll take off afterwards. So we're just trying to be careful. The electric's just knocking off the tiles at the moment. Can't find our rubble sacks, so that's a little bit annoying. Sorry, I'm wearing a mask, so I'm probably muffled. But yeah, so it has begun. Matt just said to me, do you think we're doing a good thing? So well, it's a bit late if we're not. It's coming down now. What have you just done, Matt?
I just made a new door.
Pull it. Well, that's a lot easier. Tap it down the right hand side with a hammer and it should come away from the wall. Our neighbours must hate us. Okay, so the front 2 walls are down. We've got rid of the frame for the middle. We've just taped up some of the electrics, as in left them on the wood that they were attached to, and because they obviously need to be fed through the next wall that's put up. We do need a saw to get rid of this plank that's around the wires. Now we need to clear up, and then we're going to try and get up this bit of timber at the bottom and sort out the sides a little bit. And then we can put our cupboards back. Cheers, Matt. So we can put our cupboards and our countertop back here once it's all clean, until we build the wall, because obviously we do need a working kitchen, and we've only literally got that little space in the corner and this little space here to sort of do any cooking or preparing, and then obviously I'll clean off all the oven and stuff in a minute. So time to clear up. Okay, so we've now taken both the walls out and cleared up all of the dirt. And now we're just going to start bringing in some of the old cupboards and just putting them back there so we can at least use the kitchen. I don't think I've ever known such a catastrophe. Oh my goodness, we literally have stuff everywhere. I'm not even kidding. My dad's been round today. We've stayed in this room because he's had to do some electrics in the kitchen. and then him and Matt put up the plasterboard on the wall. So I'll show you what that looks like in a second. But yeah, so we literally have all of our kitchen cupboards. We've got loads of random kitchen stuff. Where I cleared out my uncle's, I've got some bags from that. I've had to dismantle a load of the drawers, so all the stuff for that's on the floor. The fridge freezer I've just defrosted, so all the stuff on the fridge freezer is currently here. We've got the rest of the plasterboard from the kitchen. We've got the units here that normally live here and here, because my dad put in the plug socket. I don't know if I ever showed you, but down here there's a plug socket, but it was literally just a hole in the wall when we moved in, because it was coming through from the return wall. So he had to put that in for us because we are not qualified in electric. So if I just show you, Matt's currently filling some holes. So we've now moved all of this back. We've tested out the green. I think we quite like this colour. It looked really bright in the front room and we really weren't sure on it, to be honest. So yeah, they filled in all of this wall here. Matt's currently just going up this side. They did this side before my dad left because they needed to use his foam. So Matt's just currently going up the top, and then he's going to bring that across the ceiling. I am currently going to put our drawers all back together and put the cupboard door back on here. I bought a new unit from B&Q, which was a 600mm unit, just the base, which I put together earlier on today, which my dad's going to build us some drawers to go in that, and then he's going to just redo the drawer fronts, the door and the drawer fronts here, that they all match, because we can't get the same cupboard doors that we've got here. So these ones will just spray. We don't need to replace these ones, but we are going to replace the ones here. And the ones at the top, we've rehung these. We've actually lowered them by about 600mm, because if I show you on this side, it comes up randomly to a point at the tiles that's a bit odd. So we've dropped it by that much for three reasons actually. A, it's going to neaten it up all the way round. B, I'm too short to reach the top. And C, this gives us some more storage room, because if you see, there's not much space at the top there. But now on the top there's quite a lot of space, so we can put like our slow cooker, casserole dishes, things like that up there. My parents have got like jugs and things, Matt, haven't they, on top of their one. So we could make it more decorative if we wanted to. So yeah, it's been a really busy day, and it is nowhere near over. Oh, that sun is bright. I'm just finishing off cleaning the fridge freezer. We've actually also, another job that I did today was that I've swapped the doors around. So the fridge freezer used to open the other way, which was really inconvenient in the layout of our kitchen. So I've taken the hinges off and swapped it all around, so it now opens the other way. And I've just been using this, where's it gone? I've been using a flash spray, which is apple blossom. I have no idea where I've put it down, so I can't even show you now. But it just smells really, really nice. I don't really normally like floral scents. Oh, sorry, it's a bit wonky, our fridge, so it does rock a little bit. See, nice and defrosted, nice and clean now. Oh, I just need to finish cleaning that bit there at the bottom. Where's my spray? It was hiding behind my new paper shredder. I say new, it was my uncle's. Yeah, this flash apple blossom spray. I thought it'd be more appley. It's more blossomy, but I do actually quite like it. It smells really fresh. It's made the fridge really, really fresh, and the outside, I've proper scrubbed it. Just feels really nice. Just feels really clean. Done all the side as well. So yeah, I'm going to carry on with that, so I can put all the fridge freezer back, put the drawers back together, so I can at least get some of this back in there. And if I put the doors back on, which my dad dropped off for us, they're chilling over here. He has sprayed them, but what I do need to do is iron on trim, because I've got this weird metal top and bottom at the minute, which you'll see there, which he's just left on for now, and it's ugly. But what I have bought is just white trim that I've ironed this one on, and then I just need to turn it over and cut it with a Stanley just to neaten it up. But I need to do that on all of them. So I just want to kind of, what time is it now? Oh wow, it's 4:15. I do want to get some of these bits done tonight, because then at least we can start getting some of this food back into the cupboards. And while I was doing that and cleaning literally every drawer, shelf, the doors, everything, Matt has finished filling in the gaps. So that's looking quite good.
All I can say is, I'm cream crackers.
Yeah, what's the time? 5. What time did my dad get here this morning?
8:30.
Yeah, about 8:30, wasn't it? So we've literally been working all day. Yeah, so I think maybe half an hour more, and then I'm gonna order Domino's. because I'm not cooking. I just really can't be bothered. Right, and I don't think I mentioned before, this random bit of countertop used to be in my parents' kitchen about 15 years ago before they put in their extension, and he's kept a few bits of it, and my dad was happy to cut us a piece because obviously where we've extended our counter, we are wrapping these in vinyl. So although it doesn't match, I just need to use a bit of 2-pack in between, sand it down, bit of 2-pack, make it a bit of a neater join, and then I'll be able to wrap them. And one disgusting job that we do need to do is pull this bad boy out, give it a good old clean. So we've got a bit of a gap now between the cupboard and the oven, which I don't mind too much because it means I can get the hoover in to hoover it. But I'm thinking that maybe my stool could just kind of live in there rather than down the side of the fridge because it always falls over there. But yeah, so that's kind of what it's looking like at the moment. Right, I think my next job actually is going to be to take these out and replace them with metal ones because we've got a bit of a mixture, but I had to buy some metal ones a little while ago and I've got a load left. So I think I'm going to pull these out and swap them and then get the shelves back up in here so at least some of the food can start coming back in. I have to excuse the sheer mess in here because we are currently painting the kitchen, clearing the cupboards, changing the bathroom, making a new wall, and just, yeah, we're doing so many jobs at the same time, so please excuse the fact that my kitchen literally looks horrendous, but this just makes me feel sick. I should have put some sort of trigger warning. This obviously has not been moved since we moved in. This is, well, we knew it was behind here, but it was just being brave enough to pull the oven out enough to actually clean it. Look, all the sides are disgusting. We've ripped all the line that's coming up anyway, so what I might do is pull up the flooring that's here while the oven's out because it's disgusting. Rather than scrub it, I'm better off just cutting it up, cleaning the wall as best as I can because I want to paint this side and this side to match the green. You can't see it very much, but I know you can see it a little bit, plus I know it's like it, so for that reason I would like to clean it. And what I'm going to do, these need proper cleaning, but I'm going to unscrew them and clean them in the sink rather than in situ. Clean all of this as I say, as much as I can, hoover this out as much as possible, cut up this lino, cut all the lino that we've ripped trying to pull the oven out, and probably just take up the flooring today, to be fair, because we've got chipboard over on this side anyway. We're probably better off just lifting up the floor. We know which floor we're going to get from B&Q, we just haven't bought it yet because we've just had to buy all of the tiles and flooring for the bathroom, so we can't afford to get the floor for in here as well at the same time because we're getting the luxury clip vinyl because it's waterproof. Don't want to just put any old laminate down and then it warp after a couple of years. So yeah, we're trying to save costs by not replacing the oven. It does overheat, so if something says cook on 200 for example, we have to cook it on like 190 at the most because you know it's going to overcook the food, but it works. And so rather than spend hundreds, we know what size it is, we can replace it another time, but I definitely don't want this in my kitchen. So yeah, I'm gonna go get the steamer, some gloves, because I'm not tackling this without gloves on. And yeah, I've got bicarb soda or baking soda, can't remember which one. I've got white vinegar, I've got elbow grease, I've got little metal scourers, rubber gloves, various different things. Elbow grease is probably going to be my best friend, and as I say, use the steamer to try and melt that oil as much as possible. I'm going to leave these tiles up for the time being, but this week I am going to be smashing off the rest of the tiles. I started the other day taking them off here and this is all crumbled, so it's good to sort of know that to begin with. We're leaving these ones here until we come to doing it because we don't obviously want the sink to leak, but I'm going to try and take as many off this week as possible and just try and clear this room a little bit. We've got a load of snacks from the finale of the Masked Singer last night. Yeah, so that's my plan. Let me go down to the shed, which is an absolute mission in itself because our garden is still completely iced over. It was so dangerous going there earlier, so wish me luck. This is absolutely revolting. Just using elbow grease, which is amazing. It's a really powerful degreaser, and as I'm spraying it on this oil, look, it's just literally running down the wall. Oh. But my best bet is just to cover it, let it do its magic for a little while, and then start with the top, work my way down. Not sure how it's got so bad down here, because these aren't burn marks. They look like burns, don't they? But they're not. No, it's full on grease. It's all on the cooker and everything. Oh, so disgusting. Okay, so I've only done the back at the moment. So that's one lot of elbow grease, but some of these cobwebs have stuck to the walls, so I think I need to go in with a metal scourer. But I've bin this sponge down in this water because the sponge is just knackered already. You can see the colour of the water. I've not even scrubbed this yet, that was literally just me wiping. So yeah, I'm going to swap, I'm going to spray with elbow grease again and change to a metal scourer. I'm going to do the sides separately, I just want to focus on this back first and then I'll do the sides after that. Okay, so this is where we're at now. Turns out the scourer was a little bit too harsh on the wall because it's just painted plasterboard, so it was taking that off. So I went back to a sponge and then I did actually do the sides. It only took a spray of elbow grease, a bit of scrubbing on this side. That one I'd already cleaned, so you'll notice it was only a little bit dirty at the bottom, so that was really quick to do. Still a bit stained, but definitely clean. But I'm going to go in now, I think, with this, the pink stuff, cleaning paste. I don't even think it's open to show you, but I'm going to use a clean sponge because, again, this one's not as bad actually. I mean, you can see the state of the water. This one's still intact, so I'll keep this because I've still got to do the sides of the oven and stuff, so I'll keep that when I do those. But I'm going to get a clean batch of water, a clean sponge, and use this. Okay, so that's got almost all of it off. Obviously it is a bit stained, I can live with that, I know it's cleanish. And then the final step is just to spray all of this. I'm hoping Matt's on the hunt for a Febreze at the minute because it's the only spray I know with sort of the odour eliminating technology. And I just want to spray it all with an actual disinfectant. I know these are obviously cleaning products, but I just want to know that I've then anti-backed it. I'm just going to do the two sides. I'm not sure how bad the other side is actually. Obviously I can only see this side at the minute. I'll need to pull it this way to get to the other side. But I'm going to do all of those and then use the Sif stainless steel finish on these edges, pop the edges back and then get the oven ready to push back. Just give the floor a little bit of a once over. We can't get this lino up. It is stuck. We've both had a proper try and you just can't. So as I say, yeah, just want to anti-back it now. Okay, and this is probably the cleanest it's ever going to be. I probably will prime and paint this when we do the kitchen, just because things like this, in my mind, bother me. I know they probably don't bother everybody else. Actually, to be fair, they probably do bother a lot of people, but yeah, it'll bother me knowing it's really unfinished behind there. But anyway, that's a job for another day. I've managed to get these pretty clean, actually. I'm quite pleased with how this bit's come out. The back is not great. Big mark up the back, but what can you do? But that obviously is out of sight. But I do want to kind of get it apart at some point to clean inside these bits, but that again is a job for another day because it's like 6:30 on a Sunday night, and I've just started taking off the kickboard so I can hoover properly. But you can see I've cleaned this bit of floor. I did not clean this bit of floor. I'm going to push the oven back now out of the way so that we can cook some dinner. Oh, I just need to attach those metal bits, push this out of the way, and then I can cook dinner and then carry on another day. Just a little bit of a behind the oven update. I have primed and then 2 coats of this green Valspar wood and metal paint, which is the green turquoise one. I might have said already, I'm not sure. And then I have painted this back wall with 2 coats. It's meant to only need 1, but I have done 2 of Dulux Once Pure Brilliant White Satin Wood, which is an oil-based paint, so you do have to be really careful with this one. But the reason for this is this should help it in terms of cleaning. Because it's an oil-based paint, and obviously some of the paint was coming off where the plasterboard was, it needed to be coated, and oil-based paints are just easier to maintain and clean long term. I've just spotted a bit down here that just needs a little bit extra paint. Now I haven't been neat with this at all because A, the oven's going in front of this. Well, yeah, that's it. That's the only reason. Oh, and B, flooring's being laid. So actually it didn't matter if I went on the floorboards because the floor hasn't been laid. We actually bought a load of flooring for our bathroom and haven't used as much as we thought. So we're going to go and exchange it because we're going to use the same flooring in here, just in a different colour. So yeah, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and close that up carefully, move the oven back somewhat, just not all the way. I've reattached these metal things. I've tried to clean them, but they're just so marked up that I don't think they're ever going to be clean. I might buy new ones so that once I've wrapped the countertops, because obviously you can see these are disgusting, once the counters are fully wrapped, I might buy new ones of these to attach on the ends. I'm not 100% sure if you can just buy them. I assume you can. And then, yeah, or if not, I'll end up just spraying these perhaps. And I have also hung this cooker hood. We actually found this in our loft. They'd bought it to install and then just never did, and they left it behind. So we've installed it. It's not wired in yet. It's hung because I'm going to be taking it back off once I decorate the walls. Obviously I don't want it there. I don't want it to get marked, but at least the wall plugs are in and all the screws are in. But this has just made these tiles look even worse now that this is white. They look disgusting, don't they? But as I say, they are coming off, so there's no point in me cleaning them. Obviously I do like surface cleans, but to actually get all this stain off, there's just no point. Yeah, so that's just a little short update, but we're actually doing our bathroom at the same time, and my house is an absolute tip. There's just stuff everywhere, like literally everywhere. So I'm not going to do any more on this at the moment. I'm going to have a good old clear out of the house. And then I think the next job specifically in here would be to take the tiles off the wall and also to trim these edges here ready for filling. So that's probably, and take up the rest of the floor, because I've taken up most of the floor. So there's actually 3 different floors for the floorboards, the original vinyl, the vinyl someone else then put on, and then the next vinyl. So there's a selection of floors. We can take this vinyl up, we can take these tile stickers up, but we can't take this liner up. You can see we tried. It's just, it is stuck. So that's fine, that can stay. We'll underlay on top of that. But yeah, so that looks a lot better now. And all the fronts, I'm not sure if I showed you before, I might have done already. All the fronts of the cupboards have been painted. These doors have been taken off, ready to be sprayed. The ones around this side are already sprayed. The drawer fronts have been remade, so they need to be attached. So yeah, lots of little jobs in here now. But I'm looking forward to getting the flooring down, but I can't do that until we've sorted out the walls. Oh, who decided to do a kitchen and a bathroom at the same time? Sadly, that was me. So I've finally got the last doors from my parents for this section, and my dad's cut me 2 more shelves for this cupboard. So please excuse the mess, I haven't put everything back. I'm going to put the 2 new shelves in and get the last doors on. Okay, so this is the final video in part 1 of this kitchen renovation makeover DIY stuff. So not a lot has changed, unfortunately. It's now actually August. Most of the footage that you watched was from January, so it shows you how long it's taken us to at least get to this point. So we're saving up to pay for a plasterer to come and do this properly, so that it looks really neat. And when we know that we've got enough money for that, then I'll smash off all of the tiles the whole way around, and then I'm going to get a plasterer to skim the whole room. The other thing that I need to happen is, I don't like where this boiler is, and I'd really like for it to be moved up. They used the existing flue when they put this in, but I need it moved up basically, and as high to the ceiling as they can get it. And then we can box in around those pipes at the top. I don't mind if we have to cut out a little chunk of ceiling and try and elbow those pipes so they come down differently. And behind this is a ton of pipe work that I would prefer to have put in the wall if we can. I don't know if we can. But my friend's, sorry, he's licking a cloth behind me. And by him, I was referring to said dog, not Matt, who was licking the cloth I just used to clean the sink in here. So yeah, so I need to, my friend at work, her husband is a plumber, so I'm going to speak to her and see if he can come and tell us what he can do, so at least we know and how much it's going to cost. Chester, no, not now, I'm doing a video. Do you want me to open the door so you can join in? Okay, we'll open the door so Chester can join in. 1 second. If you're wondering why this box is here, it's the Chester gate to stop him from getting in, but you'll see that we have changed the flooring and we have finished the cupboards. So Dad kindly sprayed all of these for us. We're going to make kickboards from the leftover flooring, which again Daddy's going to help because I don't know how to do that. So yeah, so the bottom will all be grey kickboards, but until we've got those in, we don't like letting him in because he gets underneath the cupboards and he starts, you can see where the underlay overhangs slightly, he tries to rip it all up. So we try not to let him in here as much as possible. Yeah, so Dad built us those drawers and remade these ones, but these are the existing doors that have been sprayed. All of the other doors in here are the existing doors that we sprayed white. And then this is just how we're using the kitchen at the moment. So you'll see it's given us quite a bit more space from when we first moved in. And it's a functional kitchen. It just doesn't look very aesthetically pleasing because there's so many different finishes on the walls and things. I know, but I'm doing a video. I've got a load of recycling to take out. I'm doing a video, Mr. Attention Seeker. You weren't here for the rest of the video. I didn't have you then. So yeah, so I just have laundry stuff here, hand washing stuff to try and keep it off the windowsill, a peace lily and our eggs, fruit bowl, a couple of things for cooking. I always keep these sunflowers and this candle on here when we're not using the cooker to try and disguise how ugly it is. But I'll have to swap those out soon as we move into autumn. I'll have to get something autumny to go there. Replace the knives because the other one's broken, although one of those looks like it might be breaking. I've just got my hot chocolate stuff and a chopping board on top, but don't worry, when we use it we actually take that off. And then yeah, just a few bits that I haven't put away basically, and a fun Ray Dunn candle that I bought on eBay, which will be coming up in one of my Halloween hauls, so subscribe if you want to see those. And we have the dog stuff on top of the fridge. I need to find a nicer way to put this stuff, but we've at least got the tin for his like dried food. So yeah, so that's the kitchen as it stands. I'm going to turn the light on, and that is as, oh hello, there's me in the microwave, constantly in my pyjamas whenever I'm filming because it's comfy. That's how it looks at the moment, and that tea towel is from HomeSense. I love these, they're really, really cute. And yeah, really loving, now that the floor's down, really happy with that. We weren't going to do the floor, we were going to wait till we did the walls, but it just was really bothering us, and it's so much easier to keep clean now because where we had some of that chipboard exposed, it just, yeah, we just weren't keeping it clean in the way that I felt that we should. I still haven't unwrapped the chimney hood. I won't until the walls are done and it's up for real. So yeah, so this is the end of kitchen renovation part 1, and hopefully we'll be back in a few months once the boiler starts moving, the walls start getting done, and we can start getting this fully finished. But so far, what have we spent? We've only spent, I think it was about £30 for the paint, £15 for the handles. Not very much for that unit, but we bought that unit. And we've bought, the flooring was actually leftover flooring from the bathroom. We just exchanged the colour. So it hasn't cost us very much so far. And the chimney hood was free because we found it in the loft. So yeah, so sorry if this has been a really long video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what we've done so far, and I look forward to finally getting some time at some point, perhaps October time. Or I'm going to have to go quick because he's run up the stairs now and I can hear him in the wash basket. And yeah, hopefully get some money saved up and get this finished, and we'll probably replace the light fitting as well because that was here when we moved in. But yeah, start getting there. It's getting there, and hopefully I'll see you not very soon for part 2 of the kitchen makeover, but I'll see you very soon for my next video. Take care everyone, bye bye.